Felt alone in the dark, tears falling in the rain, heart full of thunder, soul wrapped in pain. But then I heard a whisper blowing through the trees. You're not forgotten, you're still seen by me. Yeah, it's watching over my soul, every high, every low. He's in control, he's watching. Love never sleeps, eyes like fire, and his promise he keeps. My refuge, he's my calm, my forever in a storm. Yeah, he's watching over me. I tried to run, I tried to hide, made mistakes I still can't justify, but mercy met me in my shame. Grace found me and called my name. Yes, watching.
I will instruct you and teach you the way you should go. I will count you with my mind.
Yes, watching over my soul, every high, every low. He's in control, he's watching. Love never sleeps, eyes like fire, and his promise he keeps. My shelter, he's my balm, even when I'm broken and calm. Yeah, he's watching, he's always watching me. He watched me in the valley, loved me through my fears. He counted every heartbeat, bottled up my tears. Oh, he never left my side through the darkest fight. He's the moon in my midnight, the dawn in my night. Don't need to fear every prayer I speak. He's already near. My soul believes, delight, guiding my steps with eternal light. He's my father, he's my friend, my beginning and my end. Yeah, he's watching over me. He's watching. He sees me. He's watching. He frees me. He's watching. Through the storm. He's watching. Yeah, keeps me. He's watching. Always watching. He's watching. Watching. Yeah.
Shalom, family. We're going to talk about a million jobs being cut. And Donald Trump did a rally in Pennsylvania about a day ago. And he said some things, and, it kind of set off some alarms. And part of what he said is what I'm going to be speaking about in my next live. So in this live, he said, Americans are doing great. Well, there's a lot of people that absolutely did not agree with Donald Trump. And they sound off about it, especially the job situation. Donald Trump knows that things are not well in America. That's why for the last 2 months, he has been hiding the jobs report. He will not let them announce how many jobs have been filled in the country, how many jobs have been lost, how many people are on unemployment. Usually they do the job report every week. But if you notice, it has been absent for like the last 2 months. So he's fully aware that things are not going so well in the country. But he continues to get up and try to act like Everything is great. The American people are doing great. Prices are coming down, and everybody is just prospering in this country, and it's not true. So people are sounding off about the job situation in this country. And y'all, it is actually getting worse from 1 week to the next. It's getting worse. And I now know firsthand, my husband is unemployed. He lost his job. His last day was the 30th of November. So he no longer has a job. So it's tough out here. It's not easy. There is no job security out here anymore. You got people, look at what Donald Trump did to people. Some people were close to retiring. And Donald Trump, with their federal jobs, they were very close to retiring, and Donald Trump fired them when they only had a little bit of time left before retiring. And not to mention, he was not, according to the federal contracts these folks are under, whenever there's a government shutdown, he's not supposed to fire people, but we know Donald Trump don't follow rules. He don't care what the rules say. He does, he'll do whatever the hell he wants. And he fired people during the government shutdown, and he's not supposed to do that. But he doesn't care. He doesn't care. And then they let all of Doge, that Doge team that worked with Elon Musk, that entire team got let go. And they're all worried that because of the kind of things that they did, breaking into buildings and firing people and all that stuff and locking buildings down, they're now afraid that there's going to be some legal consequences and possibly jail time for the things they did. So those young people that participated in that are now afraid. But that whole Doge team, they're gone now. And they let them all go. And it's no telling what's going to happen. Y'all remember what Steve Bannon said? Steve Bannon said there's going to be a lot of people going to jail, especially if Donald Trump is not there in 2028. A lot of people are going to jail, including him, for the kind of things that they're doing right now. So, all right. So, hold on. Let me get rid of this stuff. Okay. Now let me share my screen. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Thank you. Okay.
And truly believe.
All right, y'all. I have to download this file again because it's not playing and it should play. So I'm just downloading it one more time and then we can get started. So wait, anyway, I don't know what's going on with UPS. I know UPS had a layoff. Some of you have reached out because you didn't get your orders, and you're not alone. There are like 4 things I had ordered that's coming to me via UPS. I got labels that are coming UPS that did not arrive yet, and I got some jars for my edge cream, and my jars were supposed to be here like 6 days ago, and my jars are still not here. So I don't know what's going on with them. I know they did have a layoff a month ago, which I thought was stupid. Why would you lay people off during the busiest season? And, don't know what's happening, but my orders are held up and they're not reaching me, at least not yet. So I'm waiting. I did contact some of the vendors, and UPS will not do anything until you get past 10 business days. So if it's not past 10 business days, they're not going to do anything. So even I'm waiting. So you're not alone. So I'm going to keep my eye on any of the orders that did not reach you yet. And if it did not get there, I will send those out to you again. It doesn't seem to be many, and hopefully it won't be that many. That's what I'm hoping. Let me see where this file is. Because I mean, I might have to just look for alternative jars for the edge cream and just use those for now, but we'll see what happens. I'm hoping those jars will reach me real soon. I know they were mailed because the vendor did mail them, but UPS, I don't know. Something is definitely going on with them. Okay. Well, I mean, let's face it, all of these courier services is something, it's something with all of them. None of them run smoothly, unfortunately. I wish they did, but they don't. It's almost there. So, y'all, I hope if any of you are dealing with unemployment issues and or on a job that you don't like and you're just looking for something else to do, unfortunately, it's probably going to take you a long time before you find something else. Before it didn't take long for you to find another job if you were on a job you weren't satisfied with, but it's not like that anymore. Wow. Okay. Oh, and by the way, the Somalians are trying to get a holiday added onto the calendar called Somalian Heritage Month. And they wanted to get this, they want it to be in June. And you know why they're picking June because of Juneteenth. I don't think they're going to get it, because right now, Donald Trump is not happy with them and he would have to sign that into law. And I don't think he will. I don't think he will, but they're trying to push for Somalian Heritage Month. And I don't think he's going to go for that. I really don't. I really don't. He wants them out of here. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah. Wow. I hope none of y'all are freezing like we are. We got that what do they call that thing? We got that polar vortex going on. And not last night, the night before, we went all the way down to 13 degrees at night. And it's been cold, I think, since about a week. I think we got another week of this thing that comes down from Antarctica. And I know it's up and down the East Coast and part of the Midwest. It's been cold. I mean, bitter cold. So if you're not dealing with this, you are lucky. Cold. And on top of that, yesterday it was cold and windy on top of all of that. But hopefully it'll be breaking soon. I sure hope so. I get tired of all these deep freeze days, so many of them in a row. It gets on your nerve after a while. You're freezing in Northern California too? Yeah. I mean, this thing is pretty large. It went down probably a big portion of the US. Okay. Okay, here we go. Yep, here we go. We got it now. Move it over here. That. Okay, give me a one if you can see my screen. -20. Ooh, oh, oh, no. Too cold. Thank you.
Honestly and truly believe that people are only waking up for real, because now it's really affecting the country. Look at this. And that's just being courteous. We are reliving the Great Depression. And I am considered like a middle ground Gen Zer. Like, I was born in the 90s, like 1996. You feel me? Like, I'm about to be entering 30s in fucking next year. I didn't grow up with fucking ChatGPT, AI, and shit like that. I grew up when like people were still using typewriters. We had the Blackberries. MySpace was a thing. You feel me? Like I was back there. AOL startup. So all of this perspiring right now is like my generation. We are slowly but surely like realizing like we don't have any actual future. Like, and I'm laughing because it's fucking crazy. We go the hardest. We are the most realistic people. Like, we are at that cusp, literally. We're at that cusp of seeing the future old generation fucking like spiral into a frenzy and just fuck up the whole back generation. Like, if your parent was born in like the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, you feel me? Especially the ones born earlier 1900s. They ruined our future. There's no future for my generation and the younger generation. We've already been told that the retirement age has increased. has increased. We won't see retirement till 70, but it might gradually raise up to fucking 80, 90. You feel me? Like, we don't see any future of retiring, which means we're going to be working our whole fucking life. And you know what's so fucking crazy? My generation and younger, everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. We literally don't care if we don't have a job. Having a job essentially doesn't mean anything anymore because you still can't fucking pay your bills. You still can't perspire. You still can't get promoted. You still can't do anything with that degree that you went to fucking school for. Any fucking more. That's why, like, even my generation and like younger, mostly like the younger generation, you feel me? Like the 2000s babies, they ain't thinking about marriage. They're definitely not thinking about kids because the cost of living for your own individual self is astronomical. Like, you can't even fucking, like, people are working. Like, being at a young age and just working at that young age, I can essentially say it was just to like have extra money and just for fun. Like, yeah, I'm grown. You working at a young age now is like, nigga, I'm broke. My mom can't, my parents can't, you feel me? Like, I got to get out the mud. Because even my family members that are older than me are making $20, $30+ an hour and they still cannot afford the cost of living. So now you got to fucking, you feel me? Get a job. There's 12, 13-year-olds working. Everybody wants to be self-made, self-paid, because what's the point of working for somebody? It's not worth it anymore. Like, we see the numbers of unemployment, stuff like that, and yet, do you not realize, like, a lot of my generation, they either got laid off, quit their job and stuff like that. We're traveling. We're living life to the fullest because at this point, it's better than working. Because you get overworked, you're enslaved, you're micromanaged, you're nothing to the company. So at this point, it is time to reap the benefits. We honestly don't care to have a job. Don't even want to fucking work. Didn't even really want to go to school. You know what I mean? Like, we have a passion for things to perspire in life and just enjoy life, but we don't give a fuck anymore. And it's only because we only get in these fields and do all this extra shit to pay our fucking bills. But the bills are skyrocketing. They're never getting lower. So at this point, I'm not finna kill myself over a job. I'm finna vacation. I'm finna chill. PTO, FMLA, quitting. Putting my 2 weeks in. And just, you feel me? Because nobody can predict what the future holds right now. We don't fucking know. So at this point, you better enjoy life while you still have the freedom to.
So we already know that the job situation is bad in this country, but it is getting worse. This is being seen by increased layoffs, a slowdown in hiring, and a fierce competition for jobs, especially amongst people that are just entering the workforce. Job seekers are experiencing long and frustrating searches, and they're often citing that they're being ghosted by companies and that they are even being forced to accept lower pay.
Okay, I have to get this off my chest because I am really pissed about it. If you are in the job market currently and looking for work and you are over the age of 40, I think you need to know something about what I believe companies are doing. My husband has been looking for work and he's had plenty of interviews, but 3 of these interviews have stuck out to me. And the reason is because they've gone all the way through like 5th round interviews and 6th round interviews. During these interviews, each company has asked him to solve a hypothetical situation for their company and asked him to present to their C-suite executives how they would solve this. What type of strategy would they use? Would he use? That type of thing. So he'll, spend a week creating a deck and get into the interview, and the CEO's there and the hiring manager, and then like 10 other people are there, and everybody's really engaged and they ask a ton of questions and things like that. So my husband thinks the interview went really well. And then they'll say, okay, we'll have a decision by the end of the week and we'll let you know either way. And my husband's like, great. And then the end of the week comes, nothing. He's completely ghosted. And he'll follow up with them and say, via email or whatever, because obviously you don't have phone numbers, and they don't respond at all. And this has happened to him 3 different times. So obviously I realize I'm biased, but rather than it just being my husband, I honestly think that these companies are using interviewees to mine for ideas, for strategies, for information, rather than hiring a full-time employee and paying them a salary and benefits. And I think it's absolute bull. And they know that there's nothing that interviewees can do about it, because out here we are desperate for jobs. And, companies don't want to hire right now because the economy sucks. And we're just like, we got to take it at the end, and it sucks. And I could just be crazy thinking this, but, maybe I'm not. Maybe this has been going on for a while. But if anybody else has had this issue, I'd like to know.
This is a rant for all the people that are currently unemployed or have been laid off in the past 2 months. Or the people that have been laid off or didn't have a job and they were able to find one. What are we doing? How are we finding jobs? I've tried to work my connections. I've applied to so many jobs that LinkedIn crashed the fuck out and it told me I could not apply for any more jobs that day. So I don't know what I need to be doing. I feel like I've taken all the steps I need to. I've talked to recruiters, I've talked to old bosses, all these different people. And I just genuinely don't know what to do. And I'm starting to freak out because one, I obviously need money. I have a home, I have a car, I have a life, but I'm also so almost mentally burnt out that I don't know what else to do. What's going on? What can I do? I'm genuinely asking for help right now. And before anybody gets in my comment section and says go get a serving job, go work at Target, yeah, that's definitely on the list. But I have a health and exercise science degree. My whole background is in sales. I'm capable of more than doing that kind of job. I'm not above it by any means, but with my experience and my education, I should be able to get a good job. And I'm not saying those are not good jobs. I'm just saying with what I have and what I've worked for, I should be able, I am so qualified for these jobs that I'm applying for that I am not even getting responses back. Or just last week, I've had a couple interviews and I don't get any feedback, nothing when I reach out to them. And one, it's rude. Two, why are you wasting both of our time? I don't know, especially when I talk to somebody and they genuinely seem interested in me. And then I reach back out and I ask about salary expectations or whatever. And then they just ghost me. Excuse me? So this is me coming on here asking people that have found a job or are currently looking for a job, what are we doing? I'm genuinely I need help.
It's not you. There are no more jobs. And the few that there are, you're competing with 5 million other people, and they're requiring that you offer up your firstborn and already come with 45 years of experience.
A big miss on the ADP payrolls. The private payroll company saying private payroll shed 32,000 workers in November. That's the 4th negative number in the past 6 months for this series. Take a look here. The estimate was for 40,000, so the street was off on this one. And how did you get there? Well, goods producing shed 19,000 workers, service producing shedding 13,000 workers. But the big story here, and I'll show you more detail on this, is what's happening with small business, down 120,000. Medium and large business doing okay, up 51 and 39,000 respectively. But take a look at this chart here. Virtually all of the job losses have come from small business, which has been negative in 6 of 7 months since April. Without those losses, ADP numbers would actually be positive, but you can't get rid of it. You can't exclude small business. And then you look at it by sector. Well, we've seen those two sectors do it. Education, health services, leisure, hospitality leading the way, but manufacturing down, information down, and professional business services down by 26,000. Also, another sign of weakness in the job market. Job stayers, their wages up 4.4. That's down a tenth from the prior month. And job changers, that was a big number, or had been. That's down 0.4 of a point to 6.3%. So, Joe, at least according to ADP, additional weakness in the job market, and small business getting hammered. And there is some information that some of this may be coming from being hammered by the tariffs.
The job market is clearly getting rough, and that is unusual when you have an economy that's still expanding. But we have a number of things going on. We have tariffs going on. We have economic uncertainty going on. We have AI going on. And all those things together have led to a significant slowdown in the jobs market. We even had 1 month, this last month, where jobs may have declined. We don't have those official numbers yet because of the government shutdown, but ADP, the private forecaster, said we lost jobs last month. But let's look at two interesting things. So ADP, which is a big payroll processing company, as everybody I'm sure knows, for the last 4 months, virtually all the job creation has come from big companies, these red boxes here. The smaller companies, all the way down to the very smallest business, 1 to 19 employees, they've actually been losing jobs for 4 months. Some exceptions, obviously, but in total, losing jobs. So small business has really been hurting. The other thing that's interesting, and these are BLS numbers, Bureau of Labor Statistics numbers, is what kinds of jobs have we been creating? We've been creating jobs in leisure and hospitality, which means restaurants and hotels and things like that. We've been creating jobs in education and health. We obviously are a nation putting more and more into health. But everything else, we've basically been losing jobs. So whether it's finance or even information technology, notwithstanding AI, or the professions like law or business, we're losing jobs at the moment, and we're only creating jobs in these sectors. And so what does all that amount to? It amounts to the fact that more and more Americans are being unemployed for longer and longer. We define long-term unemployment as being unemployed for 27 weeks or more. And that percentage is now up to just over a quarter of all the unemployed are now considered long-term unemployed. Put aside COVID, that is the highest percentage since back here in 2016, and it is rising. And so you have more and more people in the long-term unemployed ranks. So it's not surprising when you look at these polls that you still find huge percentages of Americans who think the economy is getting worse, not better, who think that we're on the wrong track, not the right track. Because when you look at the average, ordinary, everyday Americans, they are simply not getting better off at the moment.
The US job market feels broken right now. The economy looks healthy on paper. Growth is up well over 3%, and the stock market's climbing. But if you're looking for a job, it's a different story. Companies aren't hiring at the same pace, and layoffs are starting to creep up. Tariff uncertainty is making companies cautious, and AI is reshaping the workplace. Yet the unemployment rate remains steady at around 4.4%. Here's why. The labor supply is shrinking. Two major forces are driving this: President Trump's immigration crackdown and a steady stream of baby boomers retiring. That means fewer jobs need to be created each month to keep unemployment steady. So fewer people are looking for work, fewer jobs are being created too, and the unemployment rate masks both declines. Interested in hearing more? Check out this week's episode of Reuters Econ World, all about the labor market limbo.
The job market is so bad that young Americans are picking up and moving to Europe looking for a job. If you're under 30, you have no future here in America.
So America says we're broke, and here's a job to keep us broke. So this morning I listened to Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary. He was on Morning Joe this morning. Now, mainstream media was laying out the red carpet for him like he's royalty, like they always do. No hard questions, and you can kind of say no real follow-ups either. But I'm going to tell you what stood out to me. When Scott Bessent started bragging on factories that America is starting to build to bring back factory jobs. And I guess he felt like Americans are supposed to stand up, salute, and be happy because you're giving people factory jobs, low wage factory jobs, struggle package factory jobs. And then Scott Bessent starts talking about his own kids, right? I'm going to tell you what's funniest about this. None of his children are going to work in these factories. No. His kids ain't going to put on steel-toed boots and hairnets. But the rest of us are supposed to line up like it's a golden ticket in a Wonka movie. Who's signing up for low-wage factory-ass jobs in 2025? Who's looking for that? America continues to treat poverty like it's a subscription service that you can't cancel. They're basically going to hand you a job that has your paycheck gasping for air before you even get the check. Now I'm going to connect some more dots for you. Talking about making America great again, but how do you make America great again with low-wage ass factory jobs? Whose life is it going to make any better? So if you're already struggling now, all you're going to do is struggle in a uniform inside of that factory. Still can't feed your family, you still can't save no money, and you still ain't going to be able to breathe. So you're going to struggle, and you're not going to have no social safety net to help you out. So no health care, no child care, no affordable housing. You can't even get a decent school for your child. They just want you to take the factory job and be grateful. That's America again, trying to fix a broken leg with a Band-Aid from the Dollar Tree. Every single thing that Americans actually need, they refuse to give. Healthcare? Nah, here goes a low-wage factory job. Good school? Oh, no. We got a low-wage factory job for you. A future for your kid? No, they're going to get themselves a low-wage factory job. Wake up, America. These people are playing in your face. They're not building opportunity. They're building sweat boxes with no ladder up. You deserve more than survival wages wrapped in a gift bag from the dollar store.
This country wants you to be fearful. This country, you see all these, what's happening with all these jobs. So it's making you, oh yeah, you had a miserable job that you're not happy at and you've been known that. So you got to stay there and be fucking miserable. No, I did that for the last 4 years. I knew within the first couple of months that I shouldn't stay at a job, and I stuck with it to be miserable and for them to fuck me over anyways, or for it to not work out anyways. I literally have a stomach bug. My stomach been fucked up all night. They literally made us bring our fucking laptops home because it might be a snow day. And I guess it's not that hard of a snow day today. So I said, can I please work from home? They let us work from home several times. They let us work from home when that plumbing went away. So the building plumbing is always fucking up and they got to send you home. So all of a sudden I can't work from home. And I said, you know what? And I did tell him this, because I'm not scared of nobody and I have to stand up for myself, for the ancestors, for my spirit. I'm literally fucking sick and I can work from home and you won't let me? Y'all don't have no employees. Y'all don't care about your employees and I got to do what I got to do. I'm not going to stay here and be miserable. And I blocked his ass, bitch. I don't give a fuck. You literally don't have no employees. And then you know what this bitch said? Because we don't have the guy that quit. Oh, I want you to do more work. You want me to do more work for less and I'm not getting no extra money? I literally cannot stand this job. This motherfucker stinks like a fucking farm animal. The fucking place is always smelling like fucking shit. They don't pay enough at all. It's an entry level. I got a fucking master's and I just did this to have a job. When are you going to fucking realize that you fucking need to finally find a fucking stop doing this with these fucking jobs? These jobs is a risk. Anything you can work for a job for 10 years, they fire you. You overqualify and they still treat you like shit. And I'm supposed to just keep stealing with this is not slave time. I'm going to do what I got to do. I'll figure it out like I figured out before. I'll fucking do everything I got to do and do all these part-time jobs before I fucking keep with this fucking place. I'm done.
Yeah. A lot of people are fed up, y'all. One thing I can honestly say when I talk to people out here, it's a lot of people miserable out here, especially when it comes down to these jobs. I mean, I always seen people that were not always happy with what they were doing, but I think it's at fever pitch right now. I see it more now than ever before. I see so many people unhappy. How can you be happy working for these folks? Seriously. Just look at their overall history and the nature of these folks. How can anybody be happy working with them? You can't. You can't. There's only so much you can take. So I'm not surprised. And I'm not surprised how Donald Trump won't openly admit things are not great at all. Because remember, these folks don't like taking responsibility for anything. See, they'll gladly take the pat on the back. But when it comes down to taking the things that are not good, even when they're 100% responsible for it, oh no, they don't want credit for anything that don't reflect good on them. But even things that they're not responsible, but they are good, oh yeah, they'll take the pat on the back even if they didn't do it. you know? But yeah, so things are bad. It's going to continue to get worse because you got Trump and his administration, and they are completely incapable of turning this whole thing around. They can't do it. They can't. And they wouldn't even put the energy into it, even if they could. So, y'all, it is what it is. If you are able to find a job out in this monstrosity, you are good. You are damn good because it ain't easy. It is really very difficult to find something out here now. So, y'all, thank you so much for being here. My next live is at 3:45. I hope I see you all then. We're going to talk about Donald Trump making this accusation that Black people love him. We love him. we, we love him. And just wait and see how people reacted to what he said. Shalom, family.